Okay. And they may have, okay. We're on the record and call, well, we're back on the record in the court's arraignment docket scheduled for 9 a.m. This morning on today's date of May 18 of 2021. This is County Court at Law, number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, Judge Terrence L. Holmes presiding. We just completed our arraignment docket that was scheduled today. The court will note that there are some individuals that did appear and there are some individuals that did not appear. And just for the record, in cause number 323052, State of Texas versus Sheila Mitchell. Ms. Mitchell was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. for the court's arraignment docket. Ms. Mitchell's name was called at or about 9 a.m. by the court's bailiff at the courthouse door. She did not answer. She has not appeared in court since the court's been in session. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Shaquela Mitchell?
Shaquela Mitchell. No response, Your Honor.
Okay, Shaquela Mitchell's name was just called by the court's bailiff. The time is 11:30 a.m. on today's date. She did not answer. In view of the fact that I think this area is under a flood warning, the court is not going to forfeit the bond of Ms. Shaquela Mitchell at this time. Now we on the, oh, that one was no notice. We're on the record in cause number 328290, State of Texas, and cause number 328584. Both cases are style of State of Texas versus Barry Kirby Saunier. Mr. Saunier was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 o'clock for the court's arraignment docket. Mr. Saunier's name was called at about 9 o'clock by the court's bailiff. He did not answer. Mr. Saunier has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. And Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Barry Saunier?
No response, Your Honor.
Barry Saunier has not answered. The bailiff just called his name again. The time now is 11:32 a.m. And again, the court will not forfeit the bond. This area is still under a flood warning. Next case is cause number 328510. Case is style of State of Texas versus Jonathan DeRoot, or Jonathan Paul DeRoot. Mr. DeRoot was scheduled to be in court at 9 a.m. Mr. DeRoot did not appear. Mr. DeRoot's name was called at 9 a.m. by the court's bailiff. He did not answer. And Mr. DeRoot has not appeared in court since the court's been in session. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Jonathan DeRoot?
Jonathan DeRoot. No response, Your Honor.
Jonathan DeRoot's name was just called by the court's bailiff. The time is 11:33 a.m. on today's date. He did not answer. However, this area is under a flood warning. So at this time, the bond will not be forfeited in clause number 328510. We're on the record in clause number 329. Oh, excuse me. It's clause number 328758. The case is style of State of Texas versus Abilola Alibi. Mr. Alibi was scheduled to be in court for the court's arraignment docket at 9 a.m. His name was called at about 9 a.m. By the court's bailiff at the court's door. He did not answer. He has not appeared in court since the court's been in session. The time now is 11:34 a.m. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Abdullah Alibi? Abdullah Alibi's name was just called by the court's bailiff. The time now is 11:35. He did not answer. Mr. Abdullah Alibi's bond would not be forfeited in view of the fact that this area is under a flood warning. And I'll just make for the record, there are some areas in our county and in the city that have flooded. We're on the record in cause number 329020. The case is styled State of Texas versus Jason Christopher Capps. Mr. Capps was scheduled to be in court this morning for arraignment at 9 o'clock. Mr. Capps' name was called at about 9 o'clock by the court's bailiff. He did not answer. The time now is 11:35 a.m. on today's date. Mr. Capps has not appeared in court since the court's been in session. Mr. Bailiff, could you please call the name of Jason Capps? Mr. Jason Capps' name was just called by the court's bailiff. Mr. Capps did not appear. His bond would not be forfeited. This area is under flood warning, and as I said earlier, some areas in this county as well as the city have flooded. And that will conclude the calling of the court's arraignment docket. The time is 11:36 a.m. on today's date of May 18th of 2021. And we're in County Court at Law Number 2, Jefferson County, Texas. Judge Terrence, Holmes